The parents had a car accident on their way home at night. Both of them died. Their daughter broke down upon hearing the news. She lay on her mother's corpse, crying bitterly. However, at that moment, her dead father suddenly sat up eerily. And then, the daughter heard her father's voice. "I'm still alive. Why are you crying?" The daughter was stunned. She was certain that her father was already dead, and yet, now he was alive again. How was this possible? She turned around to look behind her, but her father had disappeared. The daughter was completely dumbfounded. Suddenly, her father reappeared. It turned out to be just a nightmare. She woke up and learned from the police that her parents had a car accident. Her dream had come true, but only her mother had died. Her father was still alive. Although he was alive, he was as good as dead because he had become a vegetative patient. He could only survive through nutrient infusions. Night fell in the blink of an eye. The daughter was watching over her father's bedside and fell asleep. She saw her father sitting up. She was instantly overjoyed. She called out to her father, but he suddenly grabbed her hand. The daughter was startled. She hurriedly tried to pull her hand back, but her father held on tightly. She was terrified. With a trembling voice, she pleaded, "Dad, please stop. Just go back to sleep." After a while, her father finally lay down and let go of her hand. At this point, she no longer dared to stay there. She decided to leave, but as soon as she opened the door, her father was standing outside, and he grabbed her by the throat. She was about to be strangled to death. Suddenly, her father loosened his grip. "Hurry home." However, as the woman reached a corner, the streetlight behind her suddenly went out. Then, she heard her father calling out. She cautiously turned her head to look back. In the distance, a shadowy figure stood. The woman thought it was her father. She called out, but there was no response. Suddenly, the light went out again. When it flickered back on, the figure was crouching on the ground. Then, it slowly stood up. The woman knew something was wrong. She had encountered a ghost. She slowly backed away, preparing to run. But could she escape